The dentist, no. Truly, whew. Lord, I'm going back on the road in 3 weeks. I better shape up. Ken Geyser on guitar. Paul McKetty on drums, to say the least. And Lenny Castellanos on vocals and bass. There's a phrase earlier on, actually, when they first got up on stage, there was not as many of you as there is now. And Lenny was just quietly introducing the band. I nearly leapt up on stage and he goes, well, you know, here we go, we're starting to get going here. And there was a phrase back in the pubs in England that we would use, I learnt very earlier on, mainly by witnessing the lead singer out the front, who was always the one that got the shit, you know. And you're in a pub with about 3 people, and they're running around making it look full. Usually some of your friends, you know, girlfriends are running around like going, yeah, over there, woo! It's all the same person. And then during the show, there would be a line, meaning a verbal line, that went, are you with me? And then of course it would be just like that, and no one would say a damn thing. And I go like, are you with us? So I use that to this day in the Fleetwood Mac drum solo. And of course, there's more than the 1 or 2 people, but it's a classic phrase that's actually from, learned off an old blues artist that used to tour back in England. And we used to instrumentally back people like John Lee Hooker and Lowell Fulson and a lot of great people. Sonny Terry, Brownie McGee, people, Sonny Boy Williamson, because if you hadn't known, but Lenny plays in my band, in fact, 2 of the guys, Paul, who looks after me on drums, but in truth, we play during our shows together in the Mick Fleetwood Blues Band a lot. And there's really a good reminder that Fleetwood Mac, if you didn't know, started off as a blues band back in 1967, and back in the day when before Cream and Eric and all the guys, Eric Clapton, we were all playing, well, a lot of us were, a fraternity of people, mostly guys, a couple of girls here and there, but really a bunch of enthusiastic young dudes that loved blues playing. So as the evening goes on, in fact, that was the end of Black Magic Woman, right? Right? Yeah. The Santana version, which is all the Latin signatures and stuff, which I still sweat buckets because I don't really know how to play all that shit. I leave it up to Paul. I'm a boom, boom, boom type of guy. It works well in the bedroom, but hello. Yeah, too complicated, and it always goes down the chute. But the point being is that we love music in general, but having the guys on stage, the House Shakers, all of them. Ken Geyser does such a brilliant job on guitar. A round of applause again. And for me, it's always a joy to get up and ruin their show. But from time to time, I don't know whether there's more coming, but Lenny quite often plays songs that many of you actually aren't aware, but 2 or 3 times a night there'll be an old shuffle or something, which would be actually the original Fleetwood Mac with Peter Green. So we have a lot of fun, and I always joke with Lenny that we have toured on and off now through last 13 years or so, more or less after I moved permanently to Maui. This is my home, and there's the standing joke that he's extremely well paid. And the reason being, you go, what's the reason, Mick? No. Is that he's seen me at my worst. So we like to keep all those things extremely quiet. So the cost goes up. Blackmail isn't cheap.
Story.
There is a story? You mean there's more of a story than this shaggy dog? Yeah? Oh, very shaggy dog. Okay. We'll talk about, yeah, there's a money pot here which I think I'm going to have to put in to keep him quiet for the evening. But how many people saw Fleetwood Mac touring this year? Oh, a few. Well, we're in the middle of, not the middle, we're coming to the end of a massive, basically with recording and God knows what else, a sort of a 2-year stint. So I've been away a lot, and it's a good chance for me to acknowledge our staff here at Fleetwood's, that they keep the campfire burning when the old boy is away. And I'd like a round of applause for the boys and girls who serve and put their hearts and management to keep this place going. This is a tough business to be in. It's like the rock and roll business, you know, they come and they go. So we happily are here. This is our 3rd year, and we will be celebrating mighty large and loud come New Year this year. And enjoy the rest of, I don't know whether I'm going to play anymore, but yeah, I think I should. Thank you for supporting us. Take some aloha and memory back from the island, and I hope from us here at Fleetwood's. We try so hard to acknowledge the fact that we as an establishment are part of, as Vene said, the canoe